Hello, everybody. This is Team 3 from Meteorites, and today we will be talking about unraveling the origins and evolution of terrestrial bodies through matching and volatile signatures. We have Inga, Ethan, Nafisa, and Angelina here today to present. So first up is our abstract. Since it is a little long, I will just be touching on the highlights of it. Some meteorites, like the Murchison and Murray meteorites, contain volatile substances like oxygen, water, noble gases, or acids that can reveal their origins. Learning about meteorite origins then reveals more about planet formation in the early solar system. We did most of our research through Lunar and Planetary Institute meeting abstracts, and the rest of it was through Google Scholar. Many of these abstracts went over methods to detect volatiles like petrographic analysis and gas chromatography. Introduction. Many of these meteorites or chondrites contain materials from the early solar system. These volatile compounds can be oxygen, carbon, noble gases, and types of acids like those found in the Murchison and Murray meteorites. Additionally, radionuclides can help determine the terrestrial age of the meteorite or its cosmic ray exposure, or in other words, its time spent on Earth and its time spent in space. Knowing about these volatiles tells us a lot about the origin and evolution of these meteorites and also matching them to other terrestrial bodies. As an example, volatiles like feldspar can form during heating events, painting a picture of the meteorite's past. Researchers often use petrographic analysis, thermoluminescence, or gas chromatography to discover volatiles. Finding out about meteorites' origins also tells us more about how the planets formed in the early solar system.
The methodologies used for this project was twofold. For volatile signature extraction, chemical composition of carbonaceous chondrite groups were extracted using radiochemical neutron activation and atomic absorption techniques to determine the level of volatile mobile traces in the meteorites they studied for the meteorites located in Antarctica. To determine the level of volatile mobile traces, solid phase microextraction was integrated with gas chromatography and mass spectrometry to distinguish over 50 monocarboxylic acids in the Murchison meteorite, which highlighted that acids have various structures, including straight chain and the branched forms. For the matching analysis phase, in order to find meteorite matches, researchers used trace thermoluminescence, which showed that Antarctica meteorites tend to form within elongated fields, and showed that information in order to analyze cosmogenic mobile gas abundance and radionuclide activity.
Now, moving on to the results, we decided to focus deeply on the Murchison meteorite, which is a famous carbonaceous meteorite that fell near Murchison, Australia. Through research, I learned that it was paired with the Murray meteorite, which was found in Kentucky. To determine the matching between the two meteorites, I did research on their noble gas compositions and decided to focus on their xenon isotope ratios. After comparing the ratios through a dataset measured at the University of Chicago, I can infer that the meteorites originate from the same parent body. Next, to compare the volatile signatures, I found a dataset measured by the University of Bonn, which compared the abundances of sulfur, selenium, and tellurium in both the meteorites. This was measured through a process called isotope dilution, which is a method that accurately determines the concentration of a compound. In the bigger picture, both the Murchison and Murray meteorites are carbonaceous chondrites, which are rich in organic compounds and the building blocks of life. I believe that the delivery of the organic compounds to Earth contributed to the elements that allow life to form on Earth. On the left, you can see the table with both the Murchison and Murray meteorites. The abundances of sulfur are very similar, with Murchison at 29,170 and Murray at 26,060 micrograms. With selenium, Murchison had an abundance of 12.5 milligrams and Murray had an abundance of 12.47 micrograms, which is a very similar comparison again. Finally, with Tellurium, Murchison had an abundance of 1.372, while Murray had an abundance of 1.44 micrograms. On the right, I used a data set from the University of Chicago, and I graphed the ratios of the xenon isotopes of xenon-124, xenon-126, and xenon-128. And for both meteorites, Murray and Murchison, you can see how similar the bar graphs look in comparison with each other for all three isotopes.
Similarities between isotopes, reduced nature, and meteorite composition can tell us about whether two meteorites may have formed in the same region within the solar nebula. Analyzing the composition of meteorites using mass spectrometry has revealed correlations. For example, when comparing the compositions of the Armentine meteorite and the Ulysses iron meteorite has displayed similarities in the abundance of schreibersite, a mineral rich in nickel. This suggests a common origin or related processes for these meteorites. Mineralogy and organic compounds in Murchison meteorites. Formic acid was one of more than 50 monocarboxylic acids found in Murchison, including straight chain and branched varieties. While branched acids reveals larger quantities of heavy isotopes, the isotopic ratio of monocarboxylic acids indicated a decrease with increasing chain lengths in straight chains. The evidence points to the formation of the monocarboxylic acids by space-based processes involving radicals and ions. Indicators such as radionuclide analysis and the noble gases found in meteorites sheds light on Earth's formation, the development of its atmosphere, cosmic ray exposure, and the beginning of volatiles on terrestrial planets. The isotopic fractionation in Martian atmosphere, nitrogen, hydrogen, and noble gases suggest partial loss of the atmosphere over time. When talking about radionuclide analysis, specifically the ratio of chlorine-36 to beryllium-10 in matched meteorites, which are found to be similar, indicating corresponding terrestrial ages of about 185,000 years. These ratios can also indicate the duration of cosmic ray exposure experienced by meteorites. Cosmogenic noble gas abundance and radionuclide activity are additional indicators of meteorite matching. Cosmogenic noble gases such as helium, neon, and argon are produced by cosmic ray interactions with elements in meteorites. Comparing the abundance of these gases can provide insights into potential matching of meteorites. When comparing the mineralogy and composition of meteorites through petrographic examinations, meteorites within the same petrologic class can exhibit similar characteristics. Carbonaceous chondrites are pristine rock samples of our solar system, known for their similar abundances of high temperature components. Researchers distinguish matching of meteorites based on different heating periods and thermal histories by examining the thermoluminescence characteristics of the meteorites. Thermoluminescence analysis can detect feldspar in meteorites, aiding in meteorite matching. Thermoluminescence measures the light emitted when feldspar minerals are heated. Higher thermoluminescence values suggest heating events, indicating potential matching within meteorite groups.
To start with, I learned a lot about efficiently coordinating teamwork, how to conduct research through abstracts, and scientific writing. Additionally, hearing speakers talk about their jobs and answer our questions was very enlightening.
For me, being given the opportunity to listen to speakers such as astronaut Fred Hayes and their experiences working under NASA was inspiring to hear. I also gained a lot of insight and familiarized myself with an abundance of knowledge through conducting research.
This program left an incredible mark on me, fueling my passion for space and research. And being able to learn about the NASA scientists' experiences, collaborate and exchange ideas with peers, and conduct a research project in the end has allowed me to take my learning to a new level.
Overall, during my time here at NASA SEAS, I had a great time learning from the direct experiences from speakers here at NASA and going through all steps of the collaborative research process, from beginning with a topic to conducting thorough research.
So now moving on to our acknowledgements, we would like to thank Margaret Baggio, Selena Miller, University of Texas at Austin Center for Space Research, our mentors Suzanne Foxworth and Maritza Montoya, all the NASA Aries speakers, and all the SEAS speakers.